Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. West side, raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up.
Hey loves, hey loves, hey loves. My name is Wyann Vaughn. I also go by Y, and this is another hilarious already episode of Raise It Up Y, the podcast. We are coming at you the last Thursday of July 2022 in an episode we are liking to call How Do I Lead with Love? Yes. I hope you quickly and in the beginning of this see that we were lovers through and through, and though we made it through the storm. See, only real ones, only people over 38 are going to understand what that means. Because I feel like Boomer has an old soul, so we're going to allow him to shake his head right now. But all little 30-year-olds don't know what I was just singing. Won't you be my inspiration? Give me the real love that I need, yeah, real love. This is doing nothing for everybody who's listening. I'm searching for a real love. My titties. I got hair on it, huh? OMG. Move it this way. Yes. I knew exactly what my producer was telling me to do. I didn't need to make it unnatural at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, Raise It Up Y is where OGs kick game to real ones only, and we raise up your self-awareness, your vibration, and your capacity for love, which is just knowledge. I want to say thank you to all of my loves. This is home of love culture. Loves are all supporters of the things that I do, whether it be this podcast, whether it be my music and everything else, all my auxiliary parts and things. But to my YouTube onlooker loves, I say, hola, ¿cómo está? And thank you so much for being here and being a part of Love Culture, our family, and everything that we do. If you are a love listener everywhere you can consume podcasts, I want to say thank you so much for your attention. Thank you, all loves, for your non-refundable time and energy. I take full awareness of the fact that y'all could be listening to anyone or doing anything, yet you choose to spend your time and energy with us. We appreciate that. This episode is all about leadership. Every episode in 2022, we have been looking at some different vibrations in order to fine-tune the things that we're actually doing in life. I know at some points in this life, we feel like we're living the center of our joys, when really, if we haven't explored what joy looks like, you might be living the center of someone else's joy or not joy at all. That's what this podcast is focusing on this year. Every year we've done a different focal point. This year just happens to be the vibrational aspect of what we look to bring you. And this episode is no different. The vibration we are fine-tuning because we are sitting on it, pause, and really taking a good look at what leadership looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like, and what it is. We got a couple segments in this episode. One is a high why. Our second is a raise them up. And totally unrelated to leadership, the Douxadiddy that we're going to be featuring at the end of this episode comes from my album, Been In It a Minute. It is summertime, and in case you didn't know I put out a debut album, I did. Hello. And the song is one of my favorites on the album. It is produced by none other than DJ Quik and Marknoxx, the incredible Marknoxx, one of our good friends, Joseph Lineberg, who is the first voice you hear on Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly. The first voice that you hear is that of our good friend named Joseph Lineberg. When I was speaking about Marknoxx to Joseph, he said, "Oh, Mark is like our day's Prince." And I was like, wow, it's a really good assessment of him, because this producer, this musician, this artist is beyond brilliant and beyond talented. Shouts out to you, my love. Love you a lot. Thank you for being my brother and a fellow love. DJ Quik is DJ Quik. We don't have to let it be known what he is. He's one of my favorite humans. So love you too, Quickie. And why it's such an amazing track for me is it features my mama. And I surprised Quik with it because he surely didn't know that my mom was going to be on that song. So it just is a great feeling. And I figure summertime, middle of summer, why not share that song with some of you who may not have heard the song before. And every episode starts with grounding. Grounding is a technique in therapy used to make sure that you separate the space of wherever you were before you joined this podcast, so that you can better connect to what you're about to hear within this podcast. It just makes you fully present, all right? And in leadership, one of the biggest things that I want to emphasize is the ability to show up and be present. It's one of the greatest aspects of being a leader, but we'll get more into that in just a second. So, if you can hear the sound of my voice, I invite you to close your eyes and take a moment to be here with me. I'd like you to hear my voice. How about you really pay attention to and feel your feet? And while you're there, wiggle your toes. Bring it up top, touch your nose. And you're just doing that for no other reason than to recognize that you are presently here. I want you to breathe the breath in. Blow that breath out. Do that once again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just take a moment to own this. This is the miracle we call life. That you are breathing and winning just by living this life. Just by spending this time with my voice right now. You're investing into your betterment. And I'd like you to sit with that and feel proud. And welcome. Welcome to us going up. And I want to get right into the episode, starting with a high why. It came from an artist. I don't know if the artist wants me to share their name, so I won't. But if you look for the promo clips after this, if they are open to me saying who they are, I'll be tagging that person. Actually, every aspect of this podcast episode comes from an artist, a producer, and someone in management. All gentlemen, loves, all inquiring about some aspect of leadership. It's really interesting. I just looked over this episode and saw that. But between those gentlemen, this episode became. So, what does effective leadership look like? I have a laundry list of aspects I could sit here and rattle off. But I'm going to give you 5. I'm going to give you 5 bullet points about what effective leadership looks like. What qualities must one possess? My first thing, flexibility. Number 2, self-assuredness. Number 3, ingenuity. Number 4, that they are positive and realistic. So I guess it's about your mindset. Your mind got to be right. And number 5, and very important, being present. Being present. Flexibility. Certain leaders are rigid in their approach to life. My way or the highway. If this were parenting, we would call that person an authoritarian. And when I was teaching parent education back in the day, to make the distinction between authoritarian parenting and authoritative, which is the one that I wanted parents to be. Authoritative communication is a leadership style in parenting that is also communicative. Authoritative, communicative. It's the one that you want to be. But authoritarian, I would nickname Little Hitler. A child is to be seen and not heard. When you want the opinion, when I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. Things like that. Very my way or the highway. Children of authoritarian parents don't generally assimilate or blend into life in the most seamless way. Let me say I'm trying to use my words carefully. However, when you can be flexible in life, it's the opposite of an authoritarian parenting style. It is the opposite of a quote unquote little Hitler. When you can flow, ebb and flow with the times, recognizing that sometimes life is going to go just the way you expect. Also recognizing other times life is going to kick your ass. So long as you're able to maneuver, be malleable, firm enough to stand on who and what you are, but at the same time, flexible enough to accept change as it comes, I think you will be more effective than ineffective as a leader. Second, self-assured. This is almost like juxtaposing the flexibility with some form of rigidity. When I want the self-assured side of my leadership, it entails me knowing what I stand for as a leader, as a person. When I know what I stand for, I also know where you'll never find me. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey talks about living a principle-based life, not a life built on emotions or feelings, but off of principles. One of the principles by which I live is that I am a loyal individual. I stand for loyalty, which means and includes my family, my relationships with friends, things like that. As opposed to saying I stand on family, and then if anything happens in my family that doesn't go my way, I'm crushed. You see what I'm saying? Instead of living by nouns, you want to live by certain principles that kind of can govern and act like foundational pieces such that any part of your life can grow into what you want to see. Self-assuredness looks like setting boundaries. Self-assuredness looks like understanding your self-esteem, which we'll get into in the Raise 'em Up. Your self-concept. Self-esteem is where you respect the self. Self-concept is, do you know what the fuck you look like? What's the concept of you? Where is your worth? How much is that worth? But being self-assured as a leader means, okay, here's what I will. And then also by understanding where I will, where I won't be caught. This is what I am And I can understand that there are a lot of other things that I am not. Self-assuredness is the second quality of a great, effective leader. So we had flexibility, we had self-assuredness, and third, ingenuity. Thought that was a cool word, different from than being a creative. The characteristic of ingenuity means the quality of being clever, creative, and inventive. Guess what? Certain individuals in your team you might think are best utilized in a particular role. But if you understand the majority or the breadth of what they could be and what they could do, man, you might be using one person in only one facet of what they are capable of, to the point where it's like, wait, hold on. I know you're great at accounting, but wait, you sing? Wait, we could have been going out for team leadership building things and going to karaoke nights and winning some other companies or winning some other stuff like that, or somebody, you just never know. Ingenuity is a quality that doesn't get talked about a lot when people look at what makes great leaders. I don't hear that word come up a lot. However, being creative and clever, which is a wise creativity, being clever and being inventive, it takes a person who can see things as if they are where things aren't already. These are waymakers. These are trailblazers. These are people with vision, all right? So ingenuity is the third amazing trait. It also takes that you see your team. It takes that you see your team and you see the people around you for real in a way that looks to encapsulate the totality of who the people are around you. Not, I hired them for this one thing, this is how they look. Or I've always known them to be this one thing, so that's all I really see out of them. Or you've always known that person in just one aspect, and then you never learn any more about them. I think you're selling yourself short. Any leader looks to know the most of the members of their team so that that team member can not only do the job that they already do more effectively, however, you could possibly even tap into potential energy within your team that you can maybe cultivate and make bigger and better, because you want to see people do well on your team. I would hope and I would pray. I'm looking forward to these stories. You guys tell me about how this leadership stuff is helping you out, because I want to hear about it. Number 4, after flexibility, self-assuredness, and ingenuity, being positive and realistic. Being positive and realistic. Life is going to come for you. Trust and believe. So the mindset that always says, I'm going to look for the best, even when nothing looks great, that will always, and I mean always, put you in a position where your team and you are going to go up. Raise it up. Why? I'm pretty addicted to the up thing. Also, there's a sense of unconditional positive regard. That's what we talk about as a trained therapist in social work, which I am, a trained therapist and an edutainer. They have a thing called unconditional positive regard with our clients. When I used to provide therapy to people, I would look for where they were going to win. I don't give a fuck if they were on probation, they had just violated that probation. They were in their recovery and they just relapsed for the 15th time. You know what? 16 has always been your number. You know what I mean? Like whatever it might be, you always have this, you know what? This time around, this is going to be the one for you. I know you've got this. You've really got this. You know what I mean? The positive regard for people around you and yourself, I think is going to really help leaders. In conjunction with the unconditional positive regard, there's also a sense of realistic outlook that I think effective leaders have. So go back to the person that we talked about, maybe relapsed their 15th time. You know what? 16 is your number, kid. I already know. And you're going to be amazing. You're going to do wonderfully. Trust me. But what I know we're also going to do is we're going to have someone come in and assist with what this is. And you and I, we're also going to look at some outpatient rehabilitation work for you. That's realistic. Realistic says I'm going to keep the most high regard for what I know you are and are capable of. And at the same time, I need to make sure we either keep you safe by putting you in a space where you can really get clean, do your thing. And at the same time, I gotta CYA, which is cover your ass, and get the particular job that you were responsible for doing covered. Both of those things can still be true. So there's the positive piece and there's the realistic piece. And I think they go together. The fifth and final aspect after the positive and realistic, after you've had ingenuity, after you are self-assured and you have the flexibility going for yourself, you got to show up. As a leader, you have got to show up. You got to show up for yourself. You got to show up for your team. You've got to show up for all of the other pieces of your life as well. This is a time management thing. This is an energy management thing for fucking sure. How you do anything is how you do everything. Making sure that you are 100% there, even on days where the best you've got is 78%. Hey guys, go back to the realistic and positive. Hey, I wanted to make sure I was here. I know that I said I would be here. I'm definitely sticking to that, sticking to my word. I am here. I got to let everybody know this is my best today and I am at 78%. There are going to be some blind spots. There are going to be some times where I'm not the same chick that I generally am, but I'm dealing with some things that don't need to be spoken about here, but I just want everyone to know I'm here. I'm showing up the best way I know how and the best way that I can. Especially in times where COVID strikes, hey, whatever your plans were, it's a wrap now. I think 2020 at large taught us that, right? People who enjoy some sense of flexibility, understand who and what they are so that they can lead their team in direct ways while also being understanding of things going on around them. The ingenuity, COVID-19 hits. You had something planned that was supposed to be amazing in person. Clearly, this is about to be a virtual gig. All right, let's do it. How do we do it? We don't have that much time. That's great. What do we have? Positive. Realistically, in the time that we have, what can we do? And then once everything is set up, you are present. A sixth man, I didn't put this, but a high, number 6. Communicative. You've got to have some sense of communication. You've got to have some amazing communication as a leader and honest communication. Honest doesn't always hurt though. People be like, oh, the truth hurts. No, all truth doesn't have to hurt. Self-assuredness says you speak what is you. Presence says you show up and speak clearly what is you. Being positive means that you can be kind and you can have hope in everything that you're saying, but you get your point across realistically. You make sure that that fine dance, that fine balance ends up happening. Trust and believe me, those things can all happen. And they can and they will. So especially if the artist who asked this question to me is listening, I want to say, one, thank you for your question. And maybe we can go live at Love Tuesdays or on the Love Lounge on Clubhouse on a Sunday and kind of have this conversation out loud. If you wouldn't mind being a part of that. And y'all stay tuned for updates on the social media of Wyann, as well as Raise It Up Why. And I'll make sure that if this person feels like being revealed, they will be a integral part of those conversations. So thank you. That was the hashtag Hi Why. Moving right along. We are going to raise them up. Okay. Hashtag Hi Why is where someone submits a question that I answer right here on air. And then Raise Them Up is where we have my take on some edutainment types of topics. I like to disseminate the information that I take in to you all in relative terms. All right. So I'm raising y'all up, all my listeners who feel like allowing themselves to be raised up. That's what we're doing right here. So in this Raise Them Up, I wanted to give you all some of the favorite pieces of mine from a book I just got done reading early this morning. The Psyche of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden. This book will put you to sleep. Let me guarantee you. All right. Zelike was listening to some of it with me and she was like, what? Wait, what is he saying? Oh no, I would be going to sleep. I'm like, yeah, I understand. So just know that the author did narrate his own audiobook and he's not an edutainer. He is a researcher, okay? Nathaniel Branden, you know what? You did that, boo. Unconditional positive regard, right? You did that. And the information that you kicked was outstanding. I just wanted to share a few of the biggest pieces that I took away from that book. And you're going to laugh. Number one, this was a narration of just over 3 hours. I think it's like 3 hours, 16 minutes. In just over 3 hours of an audiobook, about the last 20 minutes, this motherfucker turned the whole book up. I was like, bro, where was this? But it's because in the last 20 or so minutes of the book, the author really spoke about how self-esteem looks in relationships. Some of you guys know we are home of love culture, like I said earlier. And in love culture, we have a few interactive pieces to this podcast, Raise It Up Why. One of them, most notably, happens on my @Wyanna, WYANNA page. It's an IG Live, 6 p.m. every Tuesday on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. We have Love Tuesdays. During Love Tuesdays, love culture meets and talks about some aspect of all the shit we share right here on this pod, right? And it's the practical piece to this podcast. So this podcast is just me talking to some cameras and you all listening back later. But to really digest information, as I've been an educator for over 20 years, I would say the best way to take in information and really have it sit with you is to put it in your body. Discuss it, argue about it, get mad at it, make jokes about it. Attach as many feelings as you can to the information. And then that way, when you think of a particular word, a lesson will come back. I say that because that's what I used to do when I was in school. I was a straight A student. Fuck with me. Hello. Big old nerd. Big old facts over here. All right. So when we talk about what we've been discussing in the Love Lounge, which is anytime you see me go live anywhere, I'm practically hosting a love lounge, LUV lounge. In the Love Lounge, since February, we started relationship talk, intimate romantic relationship talk, to promote the February 2022 episode of this podcast, where I first had brought on TJ Wilkins, my boyfriend, or to all my JBP listeners, Mr. Wyann, right? Since then, this is every Tuesday. This is for weeks on end. we have talked about relationship. It's like I've attempted to steer the conversation into music stuff. I've steered the conversation into work. Every time we hop off of intimate relationships, every time I try to leave, someone keep pulling me back. Usually just our love name, Cam. We call him Killer Cam, my man. He's one of our little troublemakers in love culture. But it's not just I just like picking on him. But the thing is, we always get back to these relationships. And really, it's not just Killer Cam, because I'm thinking of a couple other people who are really having a time with intimate relationships right now. And I just thought it was interesting in a book about the psyche of self-esteem. 3 hours and 16 minutes of a book. Only the last 20, a little more than that, but only about the last 20 minutes were dedicated to relationship. And it was what stuck out the deepest to me. So let me continue on. This man said, a friend reacts to a man as a man would react to himself in the person of another. And thus, the man perceives himself through the actions of others. What this means is the reason we enjoy relationships so much is because it's the first time we really see our soul come to life. The people we attract to us, their reactions, how they relate to us, is all indicative of the pieces of us that attracted them. And I think it's just extraordinary when you think about it, because some people will tell you, oh my God, and all these people at my job, all these people at my this, they're all so fucking fake, and so this, so that. And it's like, hold on. If they're in your sphere of people that you see all the time and they're toxic, they're fake, they're, I don't know what the kids say. I'm trying to think of any of the kids' new words. I really don't know. Whatever those things are, you have to know if it's thematic and you see it come up a lot around you, you have to check you. You're the magnet attracting these types of relationships to you, but deeper than that still, regardless of who's attracting what you can spot in another is what you've got in yourself. Tony Robbins said, if you spot it, you got it. So pay attention when you see, this bitch be so fake and she's always around me, or man, you are just, wow, oh my God, it seemed like all these bitches is just always jealous of me. It's like, are they though? Are they the jealous ones? Or ... So, relationship is important because it reflects us back to ourselves. Relationships are our soul's mirrors. Another quote from the gentleman, Nathaniel Branden. This is the root for man's companionship and love. The desire to perceive himself as an entity in reality through reactions and responses from other human beings. So, the extent to which a man sees himself in other people depends crucially on two factors. One, the extent of mutual mind and value that exists between him and the other person. Long story short, representation through connection. And then number two, the extent to which his self-image corresponds to the actual facts, of this psychology that he knows and judges himself correctly. Wyann's words, Do you know yourself for real, or nah? If you know yourself and understand yourself accurately, then you'll see the certain people around you who reflect the qualities of you that you desire back at you. And you'll realize, wait, these people reflect my aspirations. These people reflect my desires for doing better and good. That's the kind of shit that I've been focusing on. I want to spend more time with them versus every time I'm around these guys, they have me in some hood shit again. Every time I'm in this person's presence, I end up cheating on my girl again. Every time I'm with this set of friends, I wake up in some random nigga's hotel room and I don't know where I'm at again. Hotels, right? The beginning, Jasmine Sullivan, hello. We have to realize there are certain sects of friends that we either run to or run from that keep us in the pockets of our psyche that we are either comfy in or where we're trying to grow. All right? So you gotta know, if you are able to be around certain people and you enjoy where you are, you might feel represented through your connection with those people, one. And two, you actually have to know yourself to know if the people you're around are reflecting you back to you with accuracy. That's why a 3-hour book spent 2 hours and 50 minutes on learning oneself and only 30 minutes on relationships. That included work relationships as well as friendships and romantic relationships. The majority of the book was focusing on you, though. The one aspect, as I've been listening to a lot of conversation in love culture, that a lot of folks have a challenging time with. People want to be in relationships badly, but not great ones. They just want to relate to somebody. And I get it, because seeing yourself represented and reflected back to you, I'm sure feels amazing. But what are you seeing? And is it fulfilling? Aren't those questions that should be answered by you in order to reflect, self-reflect, and see if what you're living is what you desired to live? I don't know. These are just my thoughts. I'm here to make you think today, ladies and gentlemen, okay? It is not blind acceptance. This must be emphasized. It is not blind acceptance that a quote unquote normal person desires, nor is it unconditional quote unquote love, but rather understanding that helps a person feel seen and affirmed by their environment. Listen again. Some people just want to be accepted anywhere. But blind acceptance means shit. Unconditional love means shit. Where the person who is looking to be understood sees himself and the attributes that he cares about within himself reflected back to him. I'm saying him because the author said him. This book was written in God knows when. So him stands for any human. The fact that that's a disclaimer is a part of the issue. The fact that that's a disclaimer is a part of the issue where the psyche of self-esteem is concerned. And I'll tell you why. Look at the next sentence. Psychologically healthy people don't depend primarily on others for their self-esteem. They expect others to perceive their value but not create it. If you have a healthy self-esteem, it's because you'll know it because when you go the places that you go and desire to be seen by the people around you, seen being the word understood, not accepted blindly and not loved unconditionally. If you want to be seen, which means understood by your environment and the people in your environment, you want to do that so that you can perceive your value. If you have a healthy relationship with your self-esteem and the psyche of your self-esteem, you are not looking to be seen by people in order to create value in yourself. If you need people to see you in order for you to have, if you need people to see you in order for you to know that you have value, that, ladies and gentlemen, is called validation seeking. You want to be known that you are a valid human because somebody else is watching you or sees you. If that is you, I don't care how you identify or from where you come. Your challenge is not with the environment, the government, people around you, representation in media, what bathroom people list. The issue is with you in the mirror. You have to know that you are a valued human first before you seek for someone else to say you are valuable. I'm trying to tell you something. I don't know if that made sense. I hope you're hearing me. If you don't know that you have value in an unhealthy way, you will go around this world, everywhere you go, schools, work environments, public bathrooms, LAX, fucking Six Flags Magic Mountain. I don't give a shit where you go. Everywhere you go, you'll be looking for somebody to see you, somebody to validate your existence. That's not healthy. I don't care how you identify, that is not healthy. So let me read his sentence again. The author, Nathaniel Branden. A psychologically healthy person does not depend on others for their self-esteem. They only look for others to perceive his value, not to create his value. The last piece I took was healthy self-esteem looks like admirations of others, being important only if the person respects the standards by which another person is judging him. If admiration is directed at qualities that he himself finds admirable. However, if others show appreciation to him, their standard of quality rises in his eyes. His standard is not affected. So 2 sentences. 1, admiration of others is only seen if others are judging quality and value in the individual in the areas of his life that he finds admirable. Let's put this to a real example. Wyann is a thick chick. Thick chick from the West. If my nails weren't chipping, I would have done the W sign for you guys. That doesn't mean much for you, and Boomer surely doesn't think it means. No, let me stop. No, I'm messing with you. I know the politics of my body. I know how to get attention on social media. And I gain attention on social media just by standing up. Because I'm a thick chick from the West. Period. However, gaining attention that way is usually to make sure people know, hey, I have a podcast. And in my podcast, I'm saying really dope shit that helps affirm the same people who are pressing follow, Black men. And I know they're Black men because I see my demographics. I see my demo, all my information and shit. So some guys learn quite quickly as they peruse my page that I'm a smart cookie a dope chick with amazing energy, and they gain a lot of value from me and the pod. Those people are the ones whose opinions, whose insights, comments during Love Tuesdays or anytime I'm live in the Love Lounge, or their comments get responded to under any of my posts. However, there's a whole nother sect of gentlemen who see Wyann and they don't assess me by the intellect I possess or by the content of my character. They see me and they be like, damn, that bitch thick. And so when they comment, they say shit like, damn, baby, hope you can give me your number. Check your DMs. And for those people, I'm not looking at those. I'm not judging my value or how well I'm doing spreading my message by those gentlemen. Why? Because those gentlemen don't direct back to me the qualities that I'm looking to be reflected. So they're just like, I mean, thanks for the follow. Like, they're those types of people. So long as you just, enjoy me in a respectful way, fuck it. You help my numbers. Thanks. But when you get weird, you get blocked, baby. Block party. Hey now. But also, you're talking to a person who has just been in more recent times comfy being the full breath of myself. And my body, my curvaceous body that women are going out and buying nowadays is something that I had to grow into exhibiting and strutting my stuff with pride. I had to get into that because there was different ideas, different thoughts about my body as I was growing up. So that's for me to know and for no one else to have to find out. I'm only sharing that with you all here on this podcast and in Love Culture in case it helps you deal with how you see your body as beautiful. I had to do the same thing when I bust my face last year and had to get my new tooth happy and get my lip to come down from all the stitches from the inside and the outside of my lip. I had to learn to see my smile as pretty again because I didn't see it that way for a long time. That's for me to know. I don't give a fuck if anybody else sees it that way. It's for me to know, and it's my cross to bear. And as long as I'm okay with me, fuck everybody else, period. You understand? Like, that's just me personally. And again, a healthy psyche and a healthy self-esteem lets me know I find value within Wyann. So if an onlooker love happens to be on my page because they think I'm thick, or they started coming to my page because they found out that I was thick and then stayed and conversed and were respectful because of all of the other assets, really. Aspects, thank you. Attributes. It's a lot of ass on my mind right now. But if they stayed on the page because of all of the other aspects and attributes that I bring to social media presence, now I fuck with you the long way, So just let it be known, when those people assess me correctly, this is the second sentence, my quality for experiencing them grows, but my standard of self is unaffected because I already thought I was her. I was already that bitch. I was already that girl. I was already a queen. I was already a goddess, whatever the nice words that the, new age people are using or whatever. Wyann. I was already Wyann before anyone discovered me, to love or not love me, right? And regardless of what anybody else decides to do ever in this whole God-given life, as long as I'm okay with me, everybody else can do what they got to do. I mean, I would love that everybody went with me. You know what I'm saying? And enjoyed what I brought to the game because I'm dope and because I mean good and I love everyone. But everybody don't possess healthy psyches or healthy attachments to their self-esteem. So I'm not trying to bleed a turnip here. You know what I mean? Some people, they're going to get it. Other people are not. So that is how we raise them up with Nathaniel Branden's very, very textbook-like Psyche of the Self-Esteem. I just need something in the mornings. Like sometimes I just play rain sounds. You feel me? So like the fact that his voice is there and the cycle of pistol and blah, blah, blah. You heard just a little bit. You was like, why? No. I'm like, my bad, bro. My bad. Hand me that water back there in my thing or whatever. While Easy hands me this big ass jug of water. Yes. I will get into this Douxadiddy. I'm just going to announce it and introduce it. I told you a bit about it. It is called I Want to Be. That's the wrong key. I've got to be yours. No, that's right. I want to be. I've got to be yours. That B, the last B was flat. We're not going to get into, there is a correct and an incorrect when it comes to singing, Cam. No, I'm messing with you. Cam, I'm messing with you this whole episode, so I'll send you something of the new LUV merch for free. I don't know what I'll send you. I'll send you something, though. I'm on your head this episode. He's just catching strays. He's not even here. But anyways, no, I won't get into it. Douxadiddy, once again, Marknoxx produced with DJ Quik, featuring the emotions. Got to Be Yours. Summer record. Hella Westy. I love this record. After my mom gets featured on the record, you'll hear the voice of my late Auntie Pam, who, goodness, taught me all the moves as I joined the Emotions, a family group. You understand me? She was the utility girl. And because the original three Emotions was Aunt Jeanette, Mom, and Auntie Sheila. Auntie Pam came in when Auntie Jeanette was, either had one of her babies or one of my cousins, or was doing anything else. She had a couple times when she was out of the group. My Auntie Pam would step in, kill that shit, and it was always great. And her voice is on there, represented in a voicemail she left me when we were on a gig. It's pretty funny when you hear it. And if you listen really, really closely, my dad's brother, Uncle Jew, is also in there after Aunt Pam, and he says, I love you like a fat boy loves cake. And both of those relatives, my Aunt Pam and my Uncle Jew from my dad's side, passed away during 2020 and 2021, respectively. And while we were recording those little snippets and this particular song, it just helped me stay feeling connected to my entire family. That and my album cover behind me. If you're an onlooker, LUV on YouTube, then you'll see the album cover for Been in It a Minute with Uncle Jew's right there, next to my Auntie Pat, whose birthday was yesterday, by the way. July 19th, yeah. But so, yeah, I just enjoy the fact that this record has legacy family members on it. And my uncle didn't get to hear himself on this particular album, but he always loved my music, and my Auntie Pam did as well. So it just makes me feel happy to share this song with you all. The song juxtaposes into a very nice and sexy song that Quik calls Less is More. So we'll call it the Less is More song right at the end of Got to Be Yours. And I hope you all enjoy it. It'll be playing at the end of this episode. So make sure you stay tuned past the boom, 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 boom. And I apologize. Last episode, I put up the wrong fucking file. So you guys didn't get any of the... I was so embarrassed I didn't even listen to the whole episode. I only watched it on YouTube. YouTube had the right sound. If you listen to the episode, there was no theme music. There was no freaking at the end. There was no pay your dues. I was like, God, why did I do that? But guess what? As a leader, flexible, roll with the punches, positive regard. You know, you just got to keep it. You have to keep your shit together and recognize, hey, you take some on the chin, but hopefully, wow, that was about to be a very unfortunate sexual thing I was going to say. Never mind. I don't even want to, nope, never mind. So yes, listen to the Douxadiddy, Got to Be Yours at the end of this episode. Moving along though, Wyann's Words of Wisdom. We are back to the basics of salsa, that is. Episode 22 with my baby sister, you heard me talk about how the dance of salsa helped make me a wife. It's a long story, and I talk about it on that episode. Won't talk about it here. But it was episode 22 with my baby sister, Whitney Fly, a.k.a. Nurse Goodheart. And let it be known, back to the basics of salsa. A man is the lead in the dance of salsa. A woman is the follower in the dance of salsa. If you identify differently, the masculine, energetic individual is the leader. The feminine, energetic is the follower in salsa. I am heterosexual and woman, so the rest of the ideas that I present will come from that terminology. Please adjust language as you see fit for you, but don't miss the message in this Wyann's Words of Wisdom, okay? Especially if they're jewels, all right? So, a man's job as leader in the dance of salsa, he has one job and one job only. Make the woman look amazing. It's one job. If you are a woman, a follower in salsa, you have one job and one job only. Let the man be a man. Why does this work? All right. One, because roles are clearly cut and well-defined. There is an expectancy, not an expectation. There is an expectancy that allows each person to perform their part of the dance. It evades confusion. So the communication is clear. Number two, the reason it works. Communication is clear. Woman as follower doesn't attempt to lead the dance, even if she knows the dance better, even if she knows the dance steps better. The man doesn't attempt to make the woman perform moves she doesn't know, or ones that he wants her to perform. Rather, he invites her into the moves that she can perform. Not just perform, but perform well, because what's his objective? To make the dance look good. How does he make the dance look good? He makes his woman look good. This is going somewhere. Walk with me, all right? So watch this. If the woman messes up in the dance, the man takes full responsibility. Listen to me again. If the woman messes up in the dance, the man takes full responsibility. Why? Because what is the job of the man? To make his woman look good. So if she doesn't look good, it is his fault. It is clear cut. Now, for some of you gentlemen out there, shit, I didn't do the move. I didn't do this and that. I'm not. That is your ego. And if you want to be an effective leader, nowhere in this episode have you heard me say, ooh, I know, be an effective leader. Listen completely to your ego. I haven't said it yet. You want to know why? It's not one of the pieces that makes you an effective leader. And gentlemen, you want your woman to be able to trust your lead. And if she's to trust your lead, she has to know that you are in control of you, not your ego is in control of you. I hope you're looking at me, looking at you on this YouTube right here. And if you're listening, I want you to know I'm taking pauses because I'm looking crazily at the damn camera right now. However, hear me and hear me clearly. Woman, it is your job to hold your own weight. Men, stop cheering. Just listen. She just got in our ass. You got to get on your ass too. No. Women, it is your job to hold your weight. My salsa mom, the woman instructor who taught me how to be a follower, she is a military kid. She's traveled all around the world. She's one of the strongest people I know. I think she even knows martial arts. She can kick ass, literally and figuratively. Her husband, who is several years her senior, her husband is the salsa instructor who was our male counterpart. So he's my salsa dad, is what I call him. Between the two of them, they had won over 20 medals because they, in Olympics, by the way, Winter Olympics, because they choreographed some of those dances. You know how they do the ice skating and stuff? Those be like salsa moves and ballroom moves just on ice. They had many gold, more gold than anything else, but also silver and bronze. So they had, let's just say 20. I'm making that number up, but let's just say they had 20. Of the 20, like 14 were gold medals. It was something wild. But I'm telling you this because my salsa mom is a strong woman. One of the things that makes her so incredibly well as a dancer is that this tigress, this female tiger of a woman, when dancing with a man, goodness, she exudes the style and grace of a peacock and the innocence of a kitten. When you let her loose, she is sexy. She is soft. She is 100% feminine. But I wanted you to hear, especially ladies, as strong as she was, because my salsa mom would get on our asses if we allowed ourselves to get hurt in the dance of salsa. Listen to what I said. My salsa mom would get upset if we allowed ourselves to get hurt in the dance of salsa. What she would equip us with was skills to hold ourselves in safety when a man went to lead us. Why would she do that? Because sometimes you are a salsera, you are an experienced female dancer, and you might be dancing with a beginner man. Guess what? A beginner man uses force to make moves happen in the dance of salsa. A salsero, a skilled dancer man, aka a good leader, he uses his intellect, knowledge of your body, and skill to make you move in salsa. Listen to that again. The reason that my salsa mom made sure we were bolstered with strength as followers is because we can go out on that dance floor in a night and dance with anybody. We don't know how long the guy has been dancing. We don't know if he's a beginner, an intermediate, or a salsetto. But what we will know is when he starts to dance with us, if he uses a lot of force, it tells us he's an immature dancer. And at that very moment, we have to do what she taught us to do, which is protect ourselves. Every move that a man does on the floor with us is an invitation. There is no gun to our heads forcing us to move in any way. We are always benevolently invited to perform the moves led by any male. So, if we don't think it's safe, once again, ladies, leaders, yes, in the dance of salsa, we are followers, but you have to still know how to lead yourself because you have to make the judgment call. Is this safe? If he's been wrenching me around to the point where I almost feel like my arm is going to come off, and he's trying to lead me into a very challenging move where I could get hurt, do I go? We have to still have that discernment. We still have to be flexible in the dance. How do we make this still look good and not try to bulldoze the man? We are still allowing the man to be a man. But we have to keep ourselves safe as well. So I want you to see that even as the follower in the dance of salsa, you are still the governor of your body, aka you are responsible to lead yourself in safety. Your bodily safety is your responsibility. However, to make the dance work, you succumb to the lead of your man, right? Ladies, I also want you to realize you are responsible for who you keep dancing with. The first dance, you're learning. You learn. Oh, he's a cranker is what we used to call it. Cranker. That means he would take our arm and like he was trying to get you to spin like this, but he would like pull at this incorrect place. So the most common injury in dance is a torn rotator cuff because your shoulder would go like this. Well, my salsa mom also taught us your elbow should never go past your body. So if he tries to move us, we should already be like immobile in our elbow being in front of us. So there's a sense of protection and lead that we have in keeping ourselves safe. So once I see this guy as a cranker, when he asks me to dance 2 dances from now, what's my answer got to be? No, thank you. It's not, hell no, nigga, you fucking don't know how to dance, you bitch ass nigga, you always up to the... No. We can be the tiger and the kitten. No, thank you. Oh, I didn't see you dancing since we danced. I know, but no, thank you. But I will pass. It is our responsibility to keep dancing with leaders that hurt, right? So I think there's something in psychology. I don't know if you read about this. There's like only 12 or 16 archetypes of personalities. And after a while, you keep meeting the same motherfuckers again and again and again, right? And you can look over your life. Think of your 3rd grade bully. There is somebody in your life today that gives you the same vibes. They act the same ways. They give you the same energy. And you're like, oh, you ain't nothing but what on The Simpsons, Nelson, like the bully right there, or on, I love Bob's Big Boy, so I'm thinking of Zeke, one of these characters is just this like, yeah, I'm the macho guy. Da, 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 da. I know a Zeke in my real life. He's the macho guy. It's why when they make characters for TV shows or even on reality TV shows, they need somebody to be the bitch. They need somebody to be the savior. They need somebody to be the nurse, the peacemaker. They need somebody. This is the thing in social psychology. There's only so many types of personalities. They call them archetypes. And after a while, you just keep meeting the same persons over and over and over again. When you meet the guy who attempts to lead by force, physical force, uncomfortable, unkind force, ladies, I don't care if his dick is from here to Texas, from Cali to Texas. I don't care about the motion in his ocean. Gentlemen, I don't care if her pussy is the Atlantic. I don't give a fuck. If you want different results, stop dancing with the same people. Take lead of your life. You got to learn from some of this shit now. Unless you're gaining the type of attention in life that you want from always being victimized. Because there's a lot of power in being the victim now. There's a lot of power. Everybody comes to rescue around you. And, oh, no. Oh, pobrecito. Oh, baby. Oh, you know what? And then everyone rallies against your common enemies and all this different stuff. Oh, there's some people who really relish in being the victim, playing the victim. I'm just saying, this year is about fine-tuning your vibration. And if you really want to be the leader that you think you are, you have to relish in all of what being a leader entails, which means you have to break up with the gratification of being the victim. When you're on that dance floor, the dance floor represents life. In this salsa example, in case you guys haven't caught the metaphor by now. When you are in this life, you have the opportunity to commingle, to be around, to dance with many different energies. Some of them physically at your jobs, around your friend groups. Some of them are on your timelines and who you follow. What type of posts do you continually find yourself in the comments of? Things like that. If you derive a lot of pleasure from the smut, from the toxicity, if you're always yelling out the offense because you can always see it, you have some reactive follower vibes going on, and life is just forcefully tossing your ass around. You are not leading your life. You are leading your victimhood and looking for the next space in life where you can be the victim, the next space in life where you can be the victim. If you want to lead yourself, you go to the salsa classes, you learn the skills, you get good in real life. Instead of trying to learn on the dance floor at the club during the club hours, you go, you invest time, energy, sometimes money into yourself to get classes. At least that's what I did. I don't know. If I wanted to get better, if I was serious about getting better, I put my money where my mouth is. I made sure I honed my leadership skills as a follower, as a salsera. I honed in on my leadership skills. I keep conversation with other leaders. I only follow other leaders. There's a great photo of Michael Phelps and some other Olympian swimmer who didn't win. Michael Phelps did win that particular event. And it said, winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. And in this one picture, and mind you, this is a thing, you can Google it. They have a lot of pictures where like the photo finish, like when it's like close, everybody, not everybody, but vast majority of people who lose the race were looking at the person who won. Like they were focused on the other person. And you see everybody, including this Michael Phelps picture. I have this picture in my phone, by the way. So I'll show it to you after this. But Michael Phelps was focused forward, looking at the end. He's like, no, I'm about to win this shit. Fuck y'all. I'm about to win this. And did, by the way. And did in this particular case. So when you are being a leader, you are spending time with leaders. You are talking like leaders talk. You are doing what leaders do. Your money goes to the same places where leaders' money goes. Your investments. Do you have investments? What's your portfolio? Not just crypto, but crypto as well. Make sure you are around the people talking the talk, walking the walk. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you know what these people you're following on Instagram make. What do they do for a living? Who are you following? You're spending a lot of your time on your timeline. And guess what? Faith comes by hearing. So if you're continuing to hear the fuck shit, if all of your DMs is just funny memes and everybody that you contact is just funny stuff, don't get weird when your money is funny. You are going to sound like the vibration that you practice the most. You are literally tuning yourself to the vibes of your life. So make sure you are paying attention to what's tuning you. It's called programming, TV programming, the quote unquote news, things like that. Watch what you're looking at. Watch what's looking at you. And watch where you spend your time, your money, and your energy. I think I got all my points out. I want to end with 3 quotes from 3 leaders in this Wyann's words of wisdom. Your ego has to go away in order for you to win. Quincy Jones said this in a music standpoint by saying, when you chase money in music, God walks out of the room. Also known as when your intentions aren't pure and the ego is involved with anything you're doing, the entire operation loses its worth. The magic that makes what you do happen gets up and it walks away. A second quote is from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said, God punishes man by giving him everything he desires. Now, mind you, if this came from somebody different, that's nice. I heard it from Mike Tyson. During the same interview, I think he also told a gentleman, out of all the money and everything that he was worth, he really learned a lot about himself and heralded the time that he was in jail. And he said, it mattered to me that I was in jail because I had peace. Mike Tyson also said, if you want a lot of money, it tells me you never had a lot of money. Which ushers us into Jim Carrey's quote that says, I wish everyone could get rich and famous and get everything they ever dreamed of so they can see that's not the answer. Once again, as a leader, I listen to the lead of other greats. Quincy Jones, Mike Tyson, and Jim Carrey are no slouches, by the way. These are all men that at one point in time had the most of anything, whether it was fame, whether it was money, whether it was notoriety. Quincy, I think, is still one of the single most Grammy holders in all of humans. Okay? Listen when greats speak, because they're not just speaking for their health. All right? And that's another big attribute of what amazing leadership looks like. So, before I go. Period. Yeah. So, pay your dues. Let it be known. Maya Smith, my cousin and founder of The Do Products, has made a line called Be Girl. I am hiding my nails, even though I'm about to shout out Pristine. My cousin's products are out fucking rageous, and the source.com definitely just recognized her and all that she do for all of the hip hop / hair education she's been pumping out. She is your hair MC, master of curls. That is this Get Honey Scalp and Hair Syndrome. I don't know if you hit, or did you see this one? We got to go on her website when we get done. But this stuff, like, because I don't know if you guys saw, did you see that my hair lady, Hair by Quista, at HAIRBYQUISTA, Hair by Quista. We use only the I Love the Do products at ILOVETHEDOUX products. So, you know, for 40, I went red, right? So when I need some moisture back in my little hair colored texturized hair, this damn get honey, what you say, yeah, it puts like all the moisture and stuff back, and I use it, and I'm like happy, and then I go and I wash it out and stuff like that. So I don't know how my hair looks now. However, I definitely just did it right before I got on here tonight. Okay, thank you. Pristine nails. Diane, we're not gonna look at my fingernails right now. I'll give you these. My bad, yo. Here, look at her nails. Fuck it, you know what I mean? So this is Wyann's real nails and real hair color, nail color, and yeah, I was playing. So please make sure that you follow Pristine Nails on Instagram. I thought it would be right here. It is not. On Instagram at PRISTINENAILS. Damn it. I thought I would get it by now. 2 seconds. Pristine Nails Glendale. At Pristine Nails Glendale. PRISTINENAILS Glendale. GLENDALE. At Pristine Nails Glendale. These ladies are my shit. And Diane is the owner. Let her know that Wyann and Raise It Up Y sent you. You will not get a discount. Just let her know that you heard it here, because like, fuck it. Number 3 on the pay your dues list, Affluence Executive Transport. TJ's uncle. Okay, so TJ sung the other day at like Walt Disney Concert Hall, and his uncle was like, "Nah, nephew, you've been doing so good. You know, I had to make sure I came and picked you up." And he has this nice ass Escalade. He and his wife started their own business during quarantine, and they do like executive transports, and it's limousine basically service and everything. And it is called affluenceexecutive-transport.com, as well as affluenceexecutive-transport@gmail.com. All spelled correctly. Use your voice notes, because I'm not about to sit here and spell all that. That's so much shit, yo. 800 737-6173 is the address by phone. What do you call that? Phone number. Jesus. Yeah, it's late, so fuck it. Also, Magnetic Outstanding single by TJ Wilkins featuring, I don't know, Wyann Vaughn, yeah. But I sang better than that on the song. And just know, if you hear the bongos on there, like that's the real original from the Gap Band player. So when you hear the song Outstanding, it starts with that boom, 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 boom. That sound, those are called bongos. The player of that, congos. Why I say bongos? Shit. The Congos, guys, not bongos. I'm thinking of bongo, by the way. I don't even know dude like that. He's a producer, though. But anyways, shouts out to him for no reason. The Congos, dude that's playing that is the one that wrote Outstanding. His name is Raymond Calhoun. He is one of TJ's mentors in music from the Gap Band. And he and TJ had this thing between them for years that he had the license to do a remix to Outstanding. And TJ included me on it. So I hope you hear that. So when he in the beginning of it says, "You ready, Calhoun?" And that guy yells, "Yeah!" That's the guy from the Gap Band. He is not a singer, but he's a songwriter and he wrote Outstanding. So please go cop Magnetic Outstanding, the remix to TJ's Magnetic off of his album Feature Presentation. Yep, I knew that. And last but never least, WyannVaughn.com, WYANNVAUGHN.com. Make sure that you 6 p.m. on Tuesdays on the @WYANNA Wyanna page on Instagram. Join us for Love Tuesdays at Raise It Up Y, RAISEITUPWY, and the Love say, rockets up on these hoes. Yeah, make sure that you enjoy spending time with us. Come to the fueling station, get your rockets topped off. Whoa. Fuck. What does that mean? Why did I say that out loud? I couldn't stop it. I was right in the middle of it. That's not what's gonna happen from me, at least. So you can figure out what you want to do about that. But I'm not topping off a fucking rocket. That's not TJ's. All right. It's late, so Patreon. Make sure you join the Love Culture community on Patreon. Patreon people, you are going to get first dibs at this merch. Trust and believe me. And you also, if you are subscribed at the Love level, will get the highest discount on this merch. Motherfucker. But anyway, yeah, also Clubhouse. At Raise It Up Y, or the Raise It Up Y room. We go live on Sundays on Clubhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for y'all. I was a mouthful. Did I do it again? Can we just pause this whole end of the episode? Okay. Yeah. Love everybody. Yay. Everything. Love. Ha ha ha. Stay real. Oh, I didn't even put my ring on for Stay Real, y'all. Oh, good, because my nails are bad. So, I mean, Christina always has them good. Hey, guys, y'all be good, okay? It's late. And love you, and yay, stay real, y'all. Boom.
Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. West side, raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. Raise it up, 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 raise it up.
Yo, Wyann, it's showtime, 9:31, Wednesday night rehearsal. But yo, you dunking on these bitches.
I want to
I'm in 585. I really don't feel like going anywhere. I'm gonna change clothes, but if you need some company, you gotta give me a minute. You can call me back. I'm in room 585, or call my phone.
Say, love, I'm that girl you want from round the way, love. I got some Cali fun. Go. I know you want it, babe. I know you want it, babe. And I know you want it, babe. I know you want it, baby. I know you want it, babe. I know you want it, baby. Right now, I'm saying you can get it right now. Don't wanna have to tell you how. Less is more, baby. There's a lot of room on this floor, baby. And we the only ones left right now. Don't get much better than it gets right now. About as pretty as it gets right now. And I know that you want it, baby. I can feel that you want it, baby. I can feel it. Don't have to show it, baby. I feel how it's growing, baby. I know that you want it, baby. I know that you want it, baby. Less is more, baby. It's a lot of room on this floor, baby. Don't be afraid. Come here. You don't have to do anything. I got you. Unless you got me. And that's the thing. We got each other. You and me. And me with you. Don't look around the room. Stay right here. I'm the only thing that matters. Take care of it. Take care of me. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's everything here. Everything's here. You won't find better.